Hi, I'm Juliana, and I'm so happy to be coming to you during this NOVA event to talk about leading from the heart. It's one of my favorite subjects. And I love the word NOVA because NOVA is a sudden burst of light. And what I'm hoping is that each of you experience that during this conference. So I believe that we're all emissaries of light and that we've all been called here for a very specific reason, and that we're all connected and we're all on a mission together. So even those of you I haven't met, I feel a bond with. And that bond is through the light that we each have recognized in LifeWave. Anything that catches your eye is actually looking for you. And light seeks us out and guides us in the same way it seeks out and directs a plant to grow toward it. So keep following the light. The late philosopher and quantum physicist David Bohm said, light is energy and it's also information, content, form, and structure. It's the potential of everything. Can't say much more than that about anything. It's everything. So just imagine when you're offering people this little patch that looks so innocuous, like a little Band-Aid, that's going to activate their light. You're actually offering them the potential for everything and anything they dream. So the heart words I'm going to be talking about today are presence, purpose, intention, and flow. Presence is being aware that you're aware. So it's a little bit tricky, but just being aware and listening to the internal chatter inside of your head, that's your ego. So you have to actually step back from that and not get caught up in that and just notice and accept and allow whatever is going on in the moment, including the internal chatter. And once you notice it and you're okay with it and you accept it, it tends to get quiet. And when it gets quiet, that's when you really sense the luminous. Vibration is a result of the oscillations of energy, which is moving all the time. So it is what vitalizes someone or something is a vibration. And if you are able to be in a state of presence, you will instinctively sense the vibration in each person that you encounter, in animals. I have horses and I love going out with them because they have such beautiful, loving, flowing vibrations. And it also radiates out and affects everyone around you. Good vibes make for a good life. And science now can help us to measure the emotional frequencies that we emanate. The lowest one they've measured is shame, which is 20 hertz, and the highest is enlightenment, which is 700 hertz. And love's right there near the top at 500 hertz. I love a saying by Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you've said, they'll forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you make them feel. And then purpose. Purpose is the effortless radiance of your being. There's nothing that you have to do for purpose. Purpose is just part of what was given to you when you came into this world. And so now the task is to discover your purpose and to live your purpose. Soul is the eye of the heart. The soul is the ancient part of you that continues. It was here before you came into this life, and it will be here after you leave this life. It's the creative intelligence and imagination of a living universe expressing itself through you. It's the source of your dream for an evolved world. It's the part of you which whispers your true name. So purpose is your soul's expression. One of my favorite sayings is by Frederick Buechner, and it's find that place where your deep gladness and the world's hunger meet. Purpose is also naturally surging through us. It's not something that exists outside of you that you can acquire, try on, or return. Discovering purpose is an awakening to a dimension of you that already exists. Purpose is hidden in our joy, our inspiration, and our excitement. The Persian poet Hafiz said, "Stay close to anything that brings you joy." So when we're sharing LifeWave with people, we want to speak from the heart, and the heart actually is connected to the limbic part of the brain where there is no speech. So the heart speaks through emotions. And that's also where decision-making is accomplished. So people just know they have a gut feeling, and that comes from an emotional connection. When you start in with all the facts and the details and the science, then you're talking to people's prefrontal cortex. So that's all the judgment and the analysis and the thinking, and decisions are not made there. It does not drive behavior, but kind of creates a loop of just the facts and the thinking and the analysis. So we want to connect with people in the limbic brain. Feelings are the language of the heart. And when we're feeling love and appreciation, our heart creates a contagious frequency of harmony. And people just want to be around you. That's when no amount of talking will do what coming into a room with a coherent heart will do. There'll just be a peace, a calm, a beautiful resonance. And that speaks much louder than words. So when you're talking again about LifeWave, we always want to start with why. People don't buy what you do, but they buy why you do it. Why are you involved? And I know in this audience, we have healers, we have enthusiasts, we have researchers, we have visionaries, we have nurturers, we have adventurers, we have crusaders, supporters, teachers, and more. Each of us resonates with the light of LifeWave, with the bigger purpose that we're all out here to accomplish in a different way, because our purpose is unique to us. So LifeWave provides a platform for us to be able to bring light, healing, longevity, relief, pain relief, so much to the world. But we need to ask why we're doing it, why we're aligned with this company. And that's what we want to communicate when we first speak with people. An example of a company that does this really well is Apple Computer. Apple Computer isn't any other computer company. And the reason that Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak originally wanted to start a computer company is because they wanted to start a revolution. Back in those days, the only people that could afford computers were people that worked for large educational facilities or big corporations or the medical world. And it was unfathomable at the time that we'd each have our own computers on our desk, even on our wrists. And so what Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak did is they wanted to level the playing field. So this is an example of starting with why. A typical marketing message from a computer company like Apple would be like this. They would start with what? We make great computers. And then they would talk about how. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? And does that move you to buy a computer? But this is the actual Apple message. With everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. So that's the why. challenging the status quo and thinking differently. Then you go to the how. The way we challenge the status quo is by leveling the playing field and making computing elegant and accessible for all. And then you end with the what. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Well, I don't know about you, but they had me with challenging the status quo. I love that. I'm a big champion of the underdog. So I was already ready to buy at that point. Martin Luther King is another one who really radiates love, passion, and you can tell he is communicating his heart when he speaks. He wasn't the only civil rights leader out there, but the reason that he was so successful and people listened to him is he didn't come up with "I have a plan" speech, as most politicians do. He came out with "I have a dream," and he drew record numbers of people of all races who resonated with his message. I have a dream that my 4 little children will live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I'd come out for that any day. And then Brilliant LifeWave, I was so impressed. I've known about this starting with why for a while now, and I always talk about that's the way that I train my team. And I went into the Success Library and looked up LifeWave's mission statement, and sure enough, it starts with why. So I'm going to read the mission statement to you. We're here to help people feel better, look younger, and lead more joyful lives. We do this through wellness products that tap into the body's natural energy and resiliency, and through business opportunities that inspire personal and professional fulfillment. And then you just say, do you want a patch? And do you want to share it? And of course, who wouldn't want to feel better, look younger, and lead a more joyful life? So then we want to talk about intention. Intention is very powerful in that you set your heart in presence on exactly what your purpose is telling you that your aim is. And once you set that intention, you let the universe bring you where you need to go. Gandhi said there is a force in the universe which, if we permit it, will flow through us and produce miraculous results. So that is the power of intention, is setting it very clearly and then releasing it and accepting the power of the universe and trusting and following what comes. That's called being in the flow. And the flow is activating the heart, not the head. So the old paradigm is the head setting goals. The heart sets intentions. The head likes facts, that prefrontal cortex. The heart speaks in feelings. The head is linear, one thing after another. The heart is always in the flow, going where the energy sends you and being very attuned. The head is pushes and the heart allows. The head is analytical. It's always going around and around and around with all the facts. And the heart is intuitive. The heart knows what's best for it. So with all of that, once you're in presence, you're aligned with your purpose, you've set your intention, and you've let yourself be in the flow. You just need to allow the light within you to merge with the light that guides you. When you do that, you experience oneness with all that it is. You become a living expression of the light. And not only is that a guiding force for people, but it's irresistible. And finally, just get that vibration into the love frequency, that 500 hertz. Love is the medicine that accelerates the process of healing. There is no other medicine but unconditional love. And when we're radiating love, miracles naturally occur. And I'm going to end by reading David's advice to all of us that is also to be found at the Success Library. If you wish to be successful, first start by praying for guidance and choosing a path which allows for service to others. It is when we surrender ourselves to serving the greater good that we are empowered to achieve things that seemed impossible or out of reach before. And what a model of that David is for us. Thank you, David, for being our guiding light. And thank you all for listening.
I want to give a huge thank
Okay.
Good, I love that.
Good morning. Wasn't that amazing?
Oh, you got the light.
Always good hearing that again.
Yes. Amazing. You could keep listening to that over and over again. Isn't it so amazing that we're working on a company called Lightwave? You know, it's about light. You can't get any more direct than that. That's Juliana Coles, right, from the Nova convention. That was what, a couple of weeks ago now? But
Yeah.
amazing. So yeah, that's good to share. That was really the key to everything, in my opinion, is what she's bringing up. It's about the frequency and the vibration of your intentions, right? More than the thoughts in your head. So even when we're sharing things with somebody, we need to be sharing from the heart and not from the mind about all these technical things, how it works, why it works, all this stuff. It's why we're doing it, why it's working for us, and that kind of frequency. And you really can sense that with animals. Animals definitely have another level of communication besides, like, you know, just the physical. You know, animals, like, it's amazing how an animal knows when someone they know is coming up the driveway, for instance. There's no other way for them to know. They can't hear them, they can't see them, they can't smell them, but they know it's them. I've always wondered that for years. Like, how do they know that that's not someone to bark at? You know, that's someone they know. And that's proof right there. But yeah, I love that. Light is the potential of everything. And being aware that you're aware is important. And you've got this energy and this love where people want to be around you. We sense that too, for sure. There's somebody that you just know that you want to be around. It's not what they say, it's not what they do. It's just that feeling you get when you're around them. That's the kind of space to be in. And another interesting thing is, you don't have to find your life's purpose. You just have to, it's already there. You just have to figure out what it is and awaken to it, because it's not something you're going out there and changing. She says, awake to your purpose that already exists. So it's already there. It already exists. You just have to kind of open it up. Yeah, that's amazing. And being in the flow of everything. And being in the flow in the heart is about, you know, is about the frequency, the feeling, the flow, and allowing it, the intuition, all that kind of energy. So amazing. Cool. Yeah, be in service to others, and then that's what we're doing. You know, the purpose of sharing this, getting people healthy, making them live a life that they love and that they want, you know, where they shine, what their purpose is. And that's, you know, that's great to be able to share that with others and awaken that in others. It's cool. So, hey, good morning, Tom. Good to see you. And good morning, Brady. Awesome. Cool. And Rod, what were you saying about Onyx Coles group? Is it just a Facebook group you were talking about?
Yeah, it's her Facebook group that
Facebook.
she created.
Okay.
It's
Right.
a lot
Right.
of business builders are in the group, and
Okay. Yeah, because it would be great to share. It's always great to see other successful people and what they're doing.
exactly. And if
Right.
one of us can pick up on something that they're doing, and
Yeah.
we can run with it, it's like, why not? It's not going to hurt us. And
Right.
they're more than glad to have other people in the company, part of in their group. It's just I think it's a good thing for everybody. I always keep an open mind. I've said it before. It's just a good thing to
Right.
just be connected to all the resources that are available to us.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Even sharing this today about the love and the life, the love and the light and the frequency is, you learn that from others. So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's great. And I think there's, we've come to realize there's not any one given way of doing anything. We all have to figure out our own way that works with us, for us, to be able to achieve something. So that's, you never, like you said before, you never know when someone's going to say something that really clicks with you. It could be a one sentence that they bring up that really makes a difference. Yeah, and just even talking about, even talking about what Juliana was talking about today, that's an amazing thing. And we were, who was it in the last conference was talking about sharing from the heart? Also, that was also amazing.
And I think it goes a lot in alignment with the Esther Hicks video that you shared yesterday, right? Yeah, like you don't have to force yourself to do these things. If it's out of alignment, then that's why there's resistance. So like being in that alignment will help us to do what we need to do. I like that.
Yeah, yesterday we were talking about procrastination.
Yeah, I rewatched it.
Okay.
I just forgot to I gotta go back and put a like on the video. I forgot.
Okay, cool. But
Yeah.
Procrastination, if you think about it, if you're in true alignment with what you're trying to do, there should be no procrastination. You're in the flow, you enjoy doing it. It's when you're trying to do something that's just not syncing with you, then you're procrastinating about it. So if either you need to get yourself into the flow because you have a bigger why of why you're doing it, or you need to do something else, really. That's why we procrastinate. That was a big eye opener for me yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I must still be searching then. Either that or I just got too much. I just go in so many different directions. I mean, daily. I'm not talking about every month or 2 months and changing course. It's just every day, here, there, everything going.
And I think we all do. I bet you if you ask everyone, they would all say the same thing. We think it's only us, but
I think I've got ADT or whatever it is.
yeah, no, what's it called? What is
ADD
it?
or ADHD,
Yeah,
ADD or
Whatever it
ADHD.
is.
Yeah, I know that's. And we've so conditioned ourselves into like this whole online world that we've got things firing at us constantly all day long. Learn about this, learn about that, this opportunity, that opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the way to go. That's the way to go. And that's conditioned our minds to operate like that. It's just like boom, boom, boom. We can't even focus on one thing anymore. I'm fine.
Yeah, I almost took a break yesterday. My wife came home and I was sitting there and she was, what's wrong? You don't feel good? And I said, no, I think I'm just overloaded. I just had to stop and just not look at a computer and not think about what's going on, because just everything's going. So my
Yeah.
mind is constantly going and it just gets to the point, I just got to stop.
Yeah.
Not try to do one thing at all, just stop. So yesterday I kind of took a break from everything. I feel much better for it today. So
Yeah,
we'll see what happens now that my morning job is almost complete. Get home and start over again.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. And what did Juliana say today about that? Once you're getting in alignment, your mind starts to become more clear and more quiet, and all this chatter starts to be less and less once you. And I'm finding that actually. I find maybe 2 years ago and in the last 2 years, I was more all over the place. And now it's still like that, but I find myself getting quieter, getting more knowing where things are going, you know?
But even when you narrow down into like LifeWave, MLM, it takes, you know what it takes to do it. So now you really do have to focus and say, okay, I'm going to do the hard stuff. And I still haven't broken through to consistently do the hard things. I piddle with it here and there, and then I say, no response. Okay, I'll do this over here because I don't have to talk to anybody. It's nice and quiet. And I'll just focus on this project. And you really have to just keep, that's why they call it grinding.
I can agree with that. I found that in this past like month or two, trying to whittle down more of what is the message that I want to share with my audience, just trying to get more into a really focused understanding of what I'm trying to share and not really sell the product. That shift is a constant, like, because of, like you said, all the noise of what we're doing and the noise of our needs. Like, it's so hard to be like, okay, I'm not going to focus on selling, even though that's what I'm doing. I'm going to focus on what value I'm bringing. That is starting to really help me to sift out what is all of these good things that I know I'm a part of and I'm learning, and, you know, all the challenges and all these things, these skills, but what's the best thing for right now? Like, what is the one thing that's going to help me to be that much more like consistent or that much more productive? And so it's really more on focusing on what my value is, like what is the message that I'm trying to send. Because when I'm trying to focus on selling and doing the industry, you know, what the industry gurus say to do, it still leaves me with so many things to do that I'm still not sure what is it I'm actually saying to people, because they're not really responding when I'm doing it the way that, but when I just focus on this is what I want to share today, I get so much more engagement. And so for me, it's really just trying to really whittle that down. And it's still a process. I haven't really got it mastered at all, but I'm really starting to understand that the more I focus on it, the more things start to fall away that aren't really in the alignment of whatever path I'm supposed to.
I agree. Yeah.
So good
You're
luck,
right.
Brady. Don't give up. We're here with you, okay?
I think
No, I'm
we're
not
all
gonna
in
give
this boat, yeah.
You know, even if I don't become the LifeWave guru, I've got, I believe, too much other value in other areas to continue helping. And I enjoy doing it. I mean, I told my wife that yesterday again. She says, well, you're not making a lot of money by doing that. To me, it's not about the money.
Right.
I do all this. I do is basically for me and my mind.
Mm.
I'm not going to, nothing's going to happen to me. I live comfortably. So if I keep my mind active and I continue to learn daily and I can help others with little problems, that makes me happy.
Mhm.
That's why I
True.
do it. And eventually, if money comes in from doing that, so be it.
Yeah, money will come.
You know, my main goal is not to become a millionaire. I'm past the age of trying to really do that. I keep telling myself that, but yet it can be done in 90 days. And I just haven't applied myself to do it. So I could be a millionaire and still have plenty of years to go.
Mhm.
So I just need to refocus and decide what I want to do and why I want to do it, just like everybody else has to.
Yeah, and if that's what that's what it is meant to be, then it's meant to be, right? And then there'll be a point where it's just like, you know, you wake up one day and it'll go, oh yeah, I did it. You know, it's like I made $1 million in LifeWave. And I think that's the way it happens. It's not going to be like, oh, it'll be like, oh yeah, I did it. Right? Because you don't even notice it. You're in the flow. You're just in the flow the whole time, and all of a sudden
I opened up the email a couple days ago. I heard ding, I opened my email, and it's from a different company that I'm involved with, another deposit for $500. I'm like, well, I must have done something right somewhere. So, you know, it's not like I make zero money. I'm just not LifeWave money.
Right. And that's all we always think about. We just kind of compare ourselves to what it should be, or where we should be at, or what others have done. You know,
yeah, and like, you shouldn't do that to yourself and shouldn't do that to others. You can't. And Mark has said it, and he's been really cool about it by saying, hey, you'll do it when you're ready. You either will or you won't. So,
and then when you're in alignment and everything is, you know, everything is coming together in the universe, all the energies, they're all coming together. Okay, we're out of time. We're
I think I'm gonna take
down.
tips from Rod. Just do what Rod's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing something right. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great, Rod, and congratulations on all that success. It's amazing.
Sure.
Yep.
Cool.
All
Okay,
right,
we're
guys,
down.
it's gonna end.
Have a productive day.
Great
Have
day, everybody.
Thanks, guys. See
See
you
you
tomorrow.
later.
Have a great day.
Guys. Good, Tom.
You too.
Good. Okay, ciao.